It's me again with another impromptu video. This seems to be a regular thing now. Anyway, I just wanted to answer a lot of the inboxes. I got hundreds of inboxes about my last video. And I think maybe I wasn't clear. Once again, I'm at D Marie Does on YouTube. Go subscribe. But my main thing was I said community policing. And this all has to stem with I had a traffic stop by the German police, and for the first time in a long time a police officer stopped me, and there was not that intense fear of the unknown and what is going to happen in this police stop. It was just, he stopped me, I pulled to the side, he asked my info, he gave me my info, and then at the end of it, he said how concerned he was about what was happening in the States with police and civilians. So, bottom line, when I came on here, I said, we have to do something different. And we do. I stand by that 100%. Now, my suggestion was to have community policing. And when I said community policing, a lot of people got it twisted. I don't mean the average Joe or Miss Mabel on the corner to go out and search for criminals like you're Batman. No. That's not what I was trying to say. What I meant by that was boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen that live in the community and the surrounding community and grew up in the community need to go and join the police force and come back to the communities and serve those communities, because those individuals that grew up in those communities know the culture of the communities. They know the people in the communities, right? Now, will it be scot-free? Absolutely not. But what we're trying to avoid is, one, the fear that when certain police officers see somebody who looks different from them or sounds different from them, that reaction we're trying to avoid. And that was my suggestion. If you have a suggestion, meet me in the comment section and we'll work it out. Because as I said, we all need to come together and find a solution, because we know the problem. We knew the problem when it was Amadou Diallo. We knew the problem. We knew the problem when it was Tamar Rice. We knew the problem. And now it's George Floyd. We all know the problem. We've seen the problem. Is it a new problem? No, it's not. However, we don't need to have fear every time we see blue lights go on behind our cars. That shouldn't happen. And we're going to have to come together at some point and figure this thing out. We can't just leave it to, the police need to change. And they do need to change. And I stand by, okay? I stand by that we need to find the bad apples and either remove the bad apples in the police force, retrain the bad apples in the police force, or they just gonna need to sit down somewhere and behind a desk inside and just don't deal with people. The options are there. But this cannot go on the way it has been going on. Okay? And if you think you can come into my inbox and bully me about my opinion, don't waste your time. Because that's what it's called. It's my opinion. And as a mother, a wife, and somebody who has lived through stop and frisk at will, and sometimes even disrespect, unwarranted disrespect by the police, I think I can have an opinion. But what moved me and what I tell people is when you live in different countries, and as I mentioned before, this is the 4th different country that I have lived in, and you see different, it makes the same very uncomfortable, because you know it can be different. You know it can be different. And that's just the countries I've lived in. I've visited over 30 countries. And when you see the Palestinian guards, they treat you with respect. When you see the guards in Austria, or not the guards, the police in Austria, they treat you with respect. Police in Spain treat you with respect. The police in France treat you with respect. So why can't we try to do something different? Why is that so scary? Why is it that I am proposing that we try and find a solution? Why is that so scary? We all know the problem. Let's not have this same problem 10 years from now. Let's come together. And rioting is not part of the solution. Guess what? We rioted, with Rodney King. How many years ago that was that? 10, 20? Okay? We demonstrated with Tamir Rice. We demonstrate, we riot and go back to regular life, and nothing changes. We got to change something. And as I said, we need to come together. And you might need to come together with somebody who don't look like you and say, listen, this is a problem that we need to address. And when that happens, you might find out stuff that you do not like from the opposite person. But they might also find out stuff from you, as in real life experience, that growing up on a farm far, far away, they might not experience. You think? So, bottom line, my thoughts. We people of color and cultural people from diverse cultural backgrounds, we need to sit at that table, because the people at that table are making decisions about us without us. How is that working for you? Because I know as a mother of a grown son, that's not working for me. So, as they used to say, you gotta be in it to win it. So let's do something different. Instead of sitting in our corners or going to loot and riot, and I'm not saying everybody's looting and rioting. That's another thing that came in the inbox. I didn't say everybody. Okay? Because they had protests here, and I think I put it on my page. They had protests here in Germany. They had peaceful protests. They had protests in Norway, peaceful protests. They had protests as far as Syria, very peaceful protests. And those people, a lot of those people probably haven't really interacted with people like us. But they believe that wrong is wrong and something needs to change. So, all I'm asking is for us to come together and figure something out. And we need to go out there. And when there are elections, I'm not talking the big election for president. When there are midterm elections, we also need to go out there and vote. Because the people making the policies, they need to hear us and also factor us in. And they're not going to do that if we only vote every 4 years. No, there are other elections, my dear. So, we can't just sit and do nothing and complain about a problem. This lip gloss, I'll tell you, it's not working for me today. Oh, I'm sorry. What's that mean? Yes. Anyway, we can't just sit and complain about a problem. We can't. It's not working. And there came in some news that a Jamaican guy got shot in Jersey. We don't have all the details about that. But you see a trend happening again and again. This is why I say we have to come together and do something different. But one main thing that I know will be different is if more people that grew up in those areas looking like us, sound like us, know the culture of the neighborhood, okay? If they join the police force, that would make things a whole lot simpler and a lot different. Will it cure it 100% and will all the bad apples be gone? Absolutely not. Absolutely. I'm not stupid. Yeah, no. However, that will start. And we also need to have a footing at the table. The table that makes discussion, that makes decisions for us. The table that makes policy for us. Because when you see that table, there's very few of us, if any at all. That doesn't work. It didn't work then, and it don't work now. Okay? So, once again, subscribe to Dee Marie Does. That's DEMARIE space does, DOES. And I'll see you in the comment section. And hey, let's do something different. Okay? Talk to you soon.